Good morning, students. The next topic of disaster management is floods. So, as we know that floods, earthquakes, cyclone, landslide, all these are the natural disasters, and these are controlled by the Ministry of Home Affairs. गृह मंत्रालय इसको डील करता है and they come under the National Disaster Management Act. Okay. So, in this lecture, we will be discussing about the introduction or the concept of flood, its causes, effects, flood prone areas in India, flood management scope, and the conclusion. So, floods are the part of Earth's natural hydrological cycle. The cycle circulate water throughout the environment. This process maintains an overall balance between the water in the air, on the surface and in the ground. जो हमारा पूरा एक जल चक्र होता है, water cycle होता है, that is shown in the next slide here. So this is a hydrological cycle. Ground water क्या होता है, evaporate होता रहता है because of the sun rays. It gets evaporated. It is further transpired into the into the clouds, and further they are condensed. When these clouds are condensed, they intercept and they precipitate in the form of rain, and that rain again get into the ground and it creates the ground water level. ओके जब ये ग्राउंड वाटर बहुत ज्यादा हो जाता है, एक्सेस में हो जाता है, तो क्या होता है, हमारा फ्लड आता है. समटाइम्स द हाइड्रोलॉजिकल साइकिल गेट्स out of the balance, sending more water to an area that can normally handle, and that result into a flood. A flood inundate a flood plain. जो flood आया है उसकी वजह से flood plain create होता है. There are different types of flood plains and they are based on different type of flooding. These are riverine flood जो river में आता है, coastal floods जो coastal areas में आता है, and the third is a shallow flood जो shallow water में आता है. Then there are causes of flood. There are two types of causes. First are the natural reasons like heavy rainfall, and that is the most or the major reason for having flood. Melting of ice during the volcanic eruption, undersea earthquakes, marine landships. These are the natural reasons, and these are basically these are uncontrollable one. They can only be managed after the disaster. But the man-made reasons are like bank erosions. अगर जो भी रिवर के बैंक्स हैं, जो कोस्टल एरिया, उनका इरोजन अगर हो गया है, वहाँ पे कोई प्रॉपर इस तरीके का बाउंड्री नहीं है, कुछ नहीं है. डिफॉरेस्टेशन इटसेल्फ इज अ रीजन. बैंक का इरोजन हो रहा है क्योंकि जो फॉरेस्ट होते हैं रिवर बैंक पर, दे वर्क एज अ कैचमेंट टू द rivers. Okay, breach of dam, barrage, embankments. These are the man-made reasons of flood. Then effects of flood. There are three type of effects of floods. First are the primary effects, second are secondary, and third are the tertiary effects. Due to direct contact of flood water, the main effect is the physical damage. Secondly, due to the result of primary effect or the after effect of that, it disrupt all the essential services in the world. And third are the tertiary reason. These are the combined effect of both primary and secondary effects, and these are the long-term effects of this natural disaster. So the primary effect is shown here. Secondary effect, the loss of the essential services to the people, and third is the tertiary reasons to the cattle, livestock, and other beings, which is a long-term effect. And here these are the flood-prone areas in India, like Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Punjab, Rajasthan, Assam, West Bengal, Haryana, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, and Kerala. You can see over here all the green areas in the map are the flood prone areas. इसमें सबसे ज़्यादा जो flood million hectares के तरह से आता है, that is in उत्तर प्रदेश, then बिहार, पंजाब, राजस्थान, असम, वेस्ट बंगाल, इन एरियाज में फ्लड बहुत ज़्यादा प्रोबेबल होता है. These are the flood prone areas in our country. Then flood management. Flood को हम absolutely control नहीं कर सकते because it is a natural disaster. It is an uncontrollable one, but it can be managed. The aim of flood management is to protect the people and the property from the loss of life and the loss of infrastructure. And second aim is reduction of flood risk, monitoring, research, forecasting, and warning. So there are two type of flood management which is there. One is the structural or the hard engineering aspect, which is in the column 1, and second is the soft engineering or the non-structural reforms in the flood management. First is the embankments of the rivers and the lakes. Second is dams and reservoir. Creating dams and reservoir may control the flood, but if any dam get breakage or it get deteriorated, then there will be a flood like anything. Then channel improvement, ड्रेनेज इम्प्रूवमेंट. अगर ड्रेनेज को इम्प्रूव किया जा सके तो भी फ्लड को हम मैनेज कर सकते हैं, कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं. डाइवर्जन ऑफ flood rivers in different ways. And the second type of soft engineering flood management are floodplain zoning, flood preparedness, flood planning, forestation on the banks of the river, and public relief. So here the flood preparation include flood watch. There is a flood watch at every river bank. Okay, where there will be a warning like flooding is possible, beware, watch out. तो इसमें आपको बता दिया जाएगा कि फ्लड आ सकता है. दूसरे तरीके की वार्निंग होती है फ्लडिंग ऑफ होम्स, बिजनेस एंड मेन रोड एक्सपेक्टेड, एक्ट नाउ. थर्ड काइंड ऑफ वार्निंग इज सिवियर फ्लड वार्निंग होती है, जो कि सिवियर फ्लड इज एक्सपेक्टेड, डेंजर टू लाइफ एंड प्रॉपर्टी, एक्ट नाउ. एंड जब ऐसी कोई वार्निंग नहीं है, कुछ ऐसी फ्लड की कोई ऐसी कंडीशन नहीं है, तो ये सब अलर्ट ना होके देयर विल बी एन ऑल क्लियर alert that yes, now the river water is under controllable level and the flood water level going down, to check it is safe to return. So the flood management soft engineering also include the flood forecasting. In India, there is a very vast forecasting network of floods. It cover major and interstate basins, all the river basins, and 166 stations it is having. Flood forecasting consists of 4 steps: data collection, data transmission, data analysis, and forecast formulation and dissemination of the information related to flood and all the alerts. Flood management scope include the geographic information system, which is applied in the remote sensing. It applies the remote sensing. Second is flood forecast modeling. Third is simulation. So at the end, we can conclude that flood, although it is the deadliest disaster in the world, and it is almost very impossible thing, next to impossible thing to stop flood, to prevent flood, but we can still manage. We can predict the flood by forecastings, and people can be made beware of the losses of life and property from that. So apart from these losses, there are some benefits of flood also, which are the after effects of that. It recharges the groundwater. Fresh water flood help in maintaining the food chain ecosystem. It boosts the food production for birds. It facilitate the weather fish to new habitats. So that's it about today's lecture. In the next lecture, we'll be discussing about earthquake. Thank you, students.